Get funded with Traders Central to kickstart your trading career and make the profit that you deserve, and you will get access to TradingView, my FX book, and many more, and enjoy Traders Central ecosystem and so much more on their marketplace. Link in my description. Check the link, then you will start to enjoy more of the funding. Thanks. Good morning, guys. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. So let's go straight to our daily analysis, right? So before we go there, if you still remember, this is my company's anniversary. It's actually 12 months straight for Xtrahot Forex, like in the game. But I've been trading since 2017. So the service that I was offering, so that needs to change. Why? Because this is a new year, so I need to do things differently, actually to benefit whoever that I will be helping and also myself. So the things like I was offering indicators at the robots and stuff like that, so I'm no longer going to sell those. So I'm just going to go and offer you like $150 for a full. This is a full course. It's like you get to know Forex strategies, technical and fundamentals, trading psychology, and all these things going to be like for only $150. So it means from there I no longer offer any indicator, but just because this thing is going to start like next month, because now already we left with few days, I think it's 80 days to go to like a March. So every indicator that I was selling, like let's say the indicator that I have at the moment is still powerful, but I no longer want to offer that because that takes my time, because I have to teach people how to install that. Sometimes it's like seriously a way too big for me, because at the moment I'm still working alone. So if you want this system now, it's going to be like $20. It's actually just take it, because now I'm no longer going to offer that. So what I'm going to offer is actually mentorship plus signals, which they come on one package. It's only $150. Once you pay that, you get all that you have to know about Forex. I'll teach you about Forex indices, gold, and stuff like that. Fundamental strategies that we use, different strategies that we use actually, and trading psychology, because that is something that people have like serious issues with that. So I think if maybe I can offer that, that is going to make my job way too straightforward, because offering different services at once, sometimes it's a good thing if you make money out of that, but you find that actually you don't have your time actually. So if I offer one thing, and then that I think is going to be way much easier for me at the moment. But I think maybe after June I will need maybe 2 people. I will hire 2 people to work for me. Then they're going to help maybe with the teaching of Forex and stuff like that. And from there we will see what we can do, because the company is growing very nicely. So what do we see, guys? We see that today, remember today it's President's Day in the US, which means actually NASDAQ, US30, S&P 500, they're not going to open. So it means whatever that you're going to see there, the market, yes, might still open. I mean, the market might still move, but I don't think it's wise to trade. The market will be just going very slowly. So I don't think maybe you will be worried about trading that. So it's time for you guys to learn other things, especially Monday like this, where we say maybe the market is going to move very slowly, right? So please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, guys. Like, share with your friends. So what do we see here? We are on US oil. We are on US oil, because if maybe I just zoomed very closely to around this area. Why? Because if you want to see my previous analysis, you can still watch my previous videos. You will understand why we are here at the moment. So at the moment the market is making some different moves. Why? Because the market has been going up for some time. Now we reached this area at the moment, so we can see that we have a very nice support area here, but the market seems to be trying to change the direction and maybe to move to the lower side. Why? because the market has been going up, and remember, whatever Russia and Ukraine. But you know, when we go about we talk about that, I think maybe, don't you think maybe those government, they just plan those things? The market has been high, guys. Maybe they just want the market to sell off a little bit. Then you will you will hear that they say, oh no, Russia now is no longer doing that. Then we will see the market pushing up again. I'm just thinking, I don't think maybe that is really serious, because you know these governments, they just like to play with us. So the market is very high. Maybe they just playing that game, maybe just to see some sell-offs before we can see another market push up. Maybe that might happen. So I don't think if Russia, I don't think Russia will continue with that. I don't think so. Yeah, but anything can happen. But I'm just thinking maybe it's just, they just play with us so that the market can sell off, and then we will see after that, then the market might push up. Maybe. I'm just thinking. Because they can do anything, guys. These governments, they can do anything. If they can able to make some viruses, it means they can also do that. So here on US oil, guys, we see that the market is still on bullish, but there's this type of a small, you can see it seems like we have this type of a small bearish momentum or a move. We can see that the market is trying to do something like this. So, and why? The market has been going up. So what we can say is we can wait for the market to break this area. And after, if it goes up and respect this area and push to the lower side, we can see that, okay, the market is now actually creating that bearish move. Or if maybe we remove this, because so that you don't get confused, you can just say, you know what, I will just call this a wedge. Then after, when the market broke out of this, I can then continue to sell. But remember, if you are skilled, or if you already know what's really happening with the market, mostly the market might break this area, right? And try to sell off a little bit. Then when it comes back here, don't think maybe the market is back on respecting that support, because the market already created this type of a move. The market might create this sort of a move, come back here, move lower, come back again around that support area. And if you don't really understand this, you might think maybe, oh, the market maybe is back on that support again, which means the market is going to go up. Once you buy, the market pushes lower again. Then after a few days, when you check, when you throw everything, you will see, oh, this thing was just actually a downtrend, something like that, simple as that. So you should be like way too careful about this type of moves. That's why I say, if you want to join the team now, everything is going to be 150. You learn about Forex, you learn about all these things. So no more indicators. Indicators at the moment, I said, is $20. You can just take it if you want it, but it's way too powerful, guys. You can check my previous video about the indicator that I was selling before. So now we are on US oil, guys. We are on US oil. What do we see on US oil? We see that the market, sorry, not US oil, on gold, right? So what do we see on gold? Remember, the market at the moment is way too bullish because of what's really happening in the political news or economic news. That's why we see gold pushing to the upside. So let's go on a 4-hour time frame so that we can see the bigger picture. So what are we waiting for here? I'm just waiting for a small rejection, and that is happening there. You can see that we broke out of that resistance. Now the market is trying to do what? To push to the upside. So now the market is pushing to the upside. Now the market is pushing to the upside. I don't know. Let me change this color. Now the market is pushing. I hope you can see that, or let me just make the yellow one. I hope you can, yeah, I hope you can see that. We had this breakout after we had a retest, which means it confirms that, you know what, the market is now telling us to do what? To push. I mean, it's respecting that area. Then after that, we will see the market push into the upside. So at the moment, where can we buy is going to be quite simple for us if the market is going to come around this area and reach this area before pushing up, because mostly the market will come back and respect the previous high. You can see this area, the market might come there and respect that area before we can have a very nice buy again. So if the market just pushes up again here, it means we're going to miss that, but we're going to wait for the market to come back around this area. Why? Because we follow the strategy. If we don't follow the strategy, what are we following? So if we wait for these things, guys, it's going to be easy for us to make money in the market. So to make money is to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, it's not easy to make money. It's easy when you follow the rules. When you make your money, when you make your target, just get out. It doesn't matter what happens in the market. So I hope you can understand. But if maybe anything changes from here, I think maybe the market might still push lower. We still have this support area at the moment. Then we might say maybe that area might be respected. It's way too possible, right? So at the moment, but I don't see any sell-off. But if it's there, I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to wait for the market to reach this area where I can think of buying again. Why? Because we are above the support area, right? We are above the support area, and for us to be safe, we don't go against what? We don't go against the traffic, which is what is the traffic at the moment? The market is going up, which is an uptrend, which means the direction is what? It's up. It's only buy. So if you sell around this area, you're going to have some problems because the market might still give you some some small sell-off, then after push to the upside. That's the difference when you go against the traffic and when you don't go against the traffic. So let's go to the next one, which is GERMAN40. GERMAN40, come on, GERMAN40. So here we are on GERMAN40. So if you still remember, on Friday the market was just selling off, and because Russia, you know, the Russia thing and Ukraine, I think I talked about it yesterday on my weekly analysis. So what happened is the market was just going lower. Why? Because they say they saw some like the Russia was like aiding more soldiers and equipments, like war equipment, around Ukraine border. So that pushed the market to the lower side. Now I can see early in the morning when the market tried to push up again. But still remember, what I know is this support area here, it shows us that, you know what, I'm very strong. That is a wall, guys. If you don't know, a support or resistance, it means it's a wall. For the market to break that, sometimes it's not really easy. So we see that the market touched there. Later the market touched this area. Then now we can see the market pushing to the upside. This is GERMAN40. So what's happening here is we just going to wait for the market whether to reach this area as a resistance, then we can sell again, or maybe the market, if it's here, we can still do what? We can still buy. But remember, actually the market is actually on a wedge. When you do that, be like extra careful because anything can happen from this area. There is a possibility that the market might break this support area and the market might push to the lower side, or maybe the market might still break our resistance. But that I don't see that happening now because everything is like against the market. Everything that is happening at the moment is not really favoring the market. So we might see the market like seriously maybe pushing lower. But if maybe there's positive news, yes, we might see the market pushing up. So at the moment, I advise people to do it, to sell when the market reaches our resistance, and don't just jump on the market when it reaches here. When it gives you those candlesticks to confirm with your sell, then you can just do that, right? But the market is really way too volatile. When it reaches here, it can push it up. When it reaches here, it can push it lower. So it means you should be like extra careful when you place your orders, right? So let's go straight to US30 and see what's really happening on US30. So US30, guys, is also not different from what we saw on GERMAN40 and what we're going to see on NASDAQ 100. So what's happening here is actually we are on a 4-hour time frame. What's happening here is I actually see that the market is actually giving us a downtrend. You can see that the market is actually respecting. Let me remove this. I don't want this to confuse us. What I see is, let me reduce this also. What I see is we see that the market is like seriously respecting this bearish momentum or bearish resistant or a resistant. So when the market reaches this area, we might see the market doing what? Pushing to the lower side. When we see the market pushes up, we might see the market respecting that. And all this is going to make the market, it's going to make a downtrend actually, right? This is making a nice downtrend going lower. But the formation at the moment is not that really perfect, but we can see that actually the market is just pushing to the lower side. But what I love is, or what I like is, I can see even if the market is pushing lower, at least we have small bullish momentum. So which creates so it means even if maybe you want to scalp or maybe on a buy, you can still do that, but you should be like, actually you should be on the right side of the market. Actually, I can say on the sell side, because the market now is under pressure. I see the market still keeping like selling again. I think the market might still reach this area where it's like 3,200 or 33,200, somewhere there. I think the market might reach there. Why? Because I don't see anything positive on the market at the moment, even if it's there, but it doesn't really favor the market. So where can we get the support? We have different support areas, guys, but the one that I think we can have, I can think about maybe this area here or around this area. If we draw that going further, we might see something like that. But this is way too very thick. We need to be specific about that. But when it comes to this, it shouldn't be like, it can't be like 100% on this line, because there is possibility that the market might give us some weeks, or you can just call them tails, something like that. So around, as long as it's around this zone, it's fine. The market, as long as it's around that zone, it's fine. But I think USDT can still sell off because we still have this resistance around there. But if that is not happening, we can see maybe the market breaking that resistant area. You can see this has been respected, guys. That is been respected. So we can see maybe this resistance been broken. After this is broken, maybe we might see the market pushing up. But I don't see that happening now. Maybe we just need to watch what's really happening in the market. But I don't see anything which is going to favor the bullish momentum at the moment, unless if the market is going to give us this type of a sell-off. Yes, we can expect a small bullish, but that doesn't mean that the market changed the direction. The market can still push to the lower side, which is possible, and which is something that I see as the market reached the resistance there. Simple as that. Please, 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 guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. I hope you're enjoying the analysis. I hope you find the analysis very helpful. So now we are on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ has been like seriously pushing to the lower side. You can see that. But if maybe you can say now you want to draw maybe all this resistance, we have so many of them and they end up confusing. So it means what we can do is we can just focus on the recent, maybe recent resistance. Like maybe this one's here. Let me see this one here. But it's a bit far, you can see that. Because there's almost more than one area that we can connect and they can all make sense. So it means we need to focus on the ones which are very, very recent. But at the moment, we can still see that, you know what, this thing is still under that pressure, bearish momentum. Actually, it's way too strong. But we had an area as a support. Do you still remember this area? We see the market respecting that. Do you see that? We see the market respecting that. So again, the structure is still telling us that, you know what, on a bearish momentum. We might see the market doing something like that, going to the lower side, something like that, which is way too possible, because if we were able to see or to experience this type of a sell-off, it means we can still experience the same thing. But at the moment, there's something that is keeping NASDAQ alive at the moment. It seems like it's this support area around 13,800. It's where the market is getting some very, very nice support area. But it seems like the market is now trying to push up, but that push is not really that strong. We might still see maybe another push reaching this area, maybe pushing to the lower side, or maybe we might see the market pushing up and reach like 14,600, and maybe the market might push to the lower side. That is also possible. That is also possible. Please don't forget that if you want, the system is only $20 up to like until March. Actually, I think it's next week. Then from there, I'm just going to offer mentorship and the signals, which is $150. Remember, it's a lifetime. We don't pay monthly or stuff like that. So I just want to focus on one thing, which I'm just going to teach you: Forex strategies, mentorship, trading psychology, and also the signals, right? Simple as that. So this is going to be like for only new members who are joining now. If you joined with $15 before, you won't get this type of offer where I'm going to teach you whatever that is happening in the market. Why? Because that $15 is not really enough. That's why I'm moving to 150. I don't really work for free, guys. I need to pay my bills with that time, because time is money. Sometimes when I teach people, I don't even trade. So it means I need to recover that. So you're not forced to join it, but if you really need help, you can join. Thank you, guys. This is Kenzo. But before, you can see that the market, it's now pushing lower again. Do you see this type of a drop? This thing is on a 4-hour time frame, and this type of a sell-off, it's crazy. Just look at that. Just look at that. Just look at this. This is a 4-hour time frame. The market was here the time we were talking, but just look this drop at the moment. So that's why I'm telling you that we're just looking for a sell. If the market reaches here, we expect to sell. If it reaches there, we expect to sell. Simple as that. We don't need to complicate things. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. Thanks to everyone who already subscribed, guys. Thank you. You're making this group grow very, very fast. Thank you very much. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. Bye, 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 bye.